Hello everyone, welcome back to Escape Roots Yoga. I'm Jody Scarrow and today is a morning practice that I have developed to be relatively gentle, but it should still get you working and your body moving this morning. So let's get started in a Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to take the soles of our feet together, knees apart, and just make your way down onto your back. You can turn the palms up towards the ceiling, tuck the shoulder blades behind the back. And then just begin to fully arrive here on the mat. Maybe noticing some sounds in the room. And begin to send the breath to the belly. And the heart center. So with the intentions resting in that area, or the awareness, I invite you to set some intentions for today's practice. So just a reason you've showed up on the mat today for this morning practice. And let's use our hands, we'll draw our knees together. Place the heels on the mat. You want about your middle fingers so they can reach the heels here. And then from here, just exhale, lift the hips up, pressing down through the heels. And you're drawing your ribs and hips a little bit closer together. Create a little more space between chin and chest. Stay with the breath here. Let's lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, roll all the way down, trying to hit every vertebrae on the way down. You can do a quick rock with the knees from side to side. And we'll take that again. So pressing down through the heels, lifting the hips. Then this time you're going to shift the weight over onto the right foot. Lift the left toes towards the sky. Still trying to keep those hips up nice and high. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of a shake here. That's okay. And exhale, roll down nice and slow. Okay, from here, keep that left leg up towards the sky, right leg extends down long, and you're gonna walk your hands down the back of that left leg, just kind of finding whatever bind feels good for you. You could be right at the thigh. You could have your two peace fingers hooked around the big toe. So whichever works for you. Keep drilling that left hip down towards the mat. Left knee does not have to be straight, but you are working towards that eventually, and you may never get there, and that's okay. We're just trying to feel a stretch in the hamstring. And then let's open that leg out to the side, only as far as you can go without letting the right glute lift off the ground. And come back to the middle. Let's lower the left leg down, keeping that low back nice and flat to the mat. So maybe feeling a touch of core activation here. And then walk the feet back in. Fingertips reach for the heels, tuck the shoulders under, and then lift up. And then this time, shift the weight over onto the right leg. Sorry, the left leg. Lift the right leg. Like someone's grabbing you by that ankle. Hips are up nice and high. And then exhale, begin to roll your way down. And then extend that left foot down long. You're going to begin to walk those hands up the back of the leg. And then finding whatever bind. It is a long weekend at my cottage, so we might get a few visitors. Just taking it as it comes. Keep drilling that right hip down towards the mat. Knee becomes straighter. And then on your exhale, open that leg out to the side. Nice and slow. Doing your best to keep the left glute grounded. And then come back to the middle. Release that leg. Feet are gonna come down. We're gonna do one sit up. You can use your arms if you need. And then let's bring the feet out in front of us. We're just gonna move our kind of hip flesh out of the way here. Sit up nice and tall, arms come up overhead, and then exhale, lean forwards. First step here is to get the belly to the thighs, and then we reach for the feet. So don't worry about touching the toes here. More so, try to get a stretch through the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, begin to walk those hands back in. You're gonna take your hands about 6 inches behind you, press down through the heels, toes point, and lift the heart here. So open through the chest. We're in an inclined plane. Some yogis will put their head all the way back here. You can try that, see if you like it. I prefer to keep my chin tucked. But both are good, both are yoga. Our bodies are just different. And then exhale, roll your way down nice and slow after you're feeling a bit of burn in those legs. Up next is plow pose. So this is a very classic hatha sequence that we're doing today. So rolling on your back, you might take a couple rolls, but we're gonna send the feet up and over the head. Toes are reaching towards the ground. Once again, not the objective, just something to work towards. And your fingertips can point towards your spinal cord, being very careful here not to move the neck. So keeping that neck in a straight line here. Backs of the knees reach up towards the sky. And come back to the breath. If you're looking at your belly, be kind. You're literally folded in half. And then from here, let's extend the legs up towards the sky. You're in a shoulder stand now. So keeping those hands pressed to the low back. Play around with this. And then exhale, begin to roll your way down. Fish pose is next. If you're unfamiliar with fish, I'll walk you through it. We're gonna tuck the thumbs together just near the bum. And then you're gonna shift your weight down towards the feet. So bending the elbows, shifting the weight down towards the feet, and then opening the heart here. So you should feel a nice stretch through the throat, through the heart. If you believe in the chakra system, we're opening the throat chakra and the heart chakra right now. Maybe even a bit of the solar plexus. So a very powerful pose from an energetic standpoint. A few more breaths here. If you want a little bit more of a burn here for the last 10 to 15 seconds, you can lift the feet up off the mat. And just to enjoy a little bit of a burn. And then lower the legs down. You can take the hands out from underneath you, rock and roll your way up to your seat. You're gonna take the right leg out in front for janu sirsasana. So right foot's in front, left foot is gonna come into the inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall here. And exhale, make your way forwards, ribs reaching towards that front thigh. Ribs or belly. And then begin to work your way down over that leg. You can do whatever you want with your hands, gripping for the calf, even reaching for the wrist around that foot if you're a little more bendy. And then when you're ready, crawl your way over to the left. We're coming into gate pose if you've never done this. Left knee is on the ground, right arm is up towards the sky. Big opening through the heart and the chest. Arms can be stacked, one on top of the other, or bicep by the ear. You find what feels best for you. And then further shift the weight to the left. Lift the right leg off the mat. We're in a half moon here. So kind of find that positioning in your body with the new language. And then exhale, draw the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Last one, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, and then crawl your way back to the top of the mat. So just sinking the hips down. Get the hips back in the middle, and then shift back. We're taking boat pose. So toes up towards the sky, palms up towards the sky. Knees do not have to be straight here. You can also do boat with bent knees. It is still boat pose. It's not any better or any worse. It's just different. Hands come down to heart center. Let's exhale, lower down to half boat. You can also do this with bent knees. And then back to your boat. You're doing great. Cross the feet. Take it back to a high plank. Shift the weight forwards, grip with the fingers, bend the elbows for chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Extra pause here in up dog, opening the heart, drawing the shoulder blades away from the ears. And then exhale for downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Maybe shifting the hips from side to side. And then gaze goes between the palms, just slowly walking the feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we're going to take one Surya Namaskar B and then take the other side. So deep bend in the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop, step, or jump the feet back for a high plank. Grip with the fingers, shift forwards, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. From here, right foot steps forwards, left toes turn out on an angle, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Step it back, high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot steps forwards. Right foot on the 45. Arms come up, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. Step it back, high plank. Vinyasa. Downward dog. Beautiful. Eyes look between the palms. Rise on the toes. Bend the knees. Hop, step, or jump. Feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale for Utkatasana or chair. And then exhale, hands come down by the sides. Brief moment in Tadasana here. Then we're gonna rise up onto our toes. Fingertips come out in front. And then lower down. You're coming into your toe stand. These wobbles are welcome here, just embracing. You wouldn't have to practice if you didn't wobble. And then bring yourself down onto your tail. Beautiful. Janu sirsasana on the other side. Right foot comes in. Arms reach up overhead. And hook around that left foot, left calf, left knee. It does not matter. Find what feels best on your body. And then when you're ready, crawl your way back to the right. You're gonna reach those left fingertips up towards the sky. Left toes are also going to lift in just a moment. Just like the other side, kind of find that sweet spot here. So don't be afraid to move the top arm around. Maybe bicep by the ear feels better. Maybe palm up towards the sky feels good. And then when you're ready, lift those left toes. We're gonna exhale in a half moon here, drawing the knee towards the elbow. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, extend. Last one, exhale, draw in. Inhale, extend. Sink back down onto the hips. Both legs come out in front. Shift your weight back, come into boat pose. Always feels a little better the second time. Or maybe that's what we tell ourselves. Hands come to heart center. Exhale, lower down for half boat. And then lift. Cross the feet. Step it back to a down dog. And then drop the knees down for a child's pose. few breaths here. Sending the breath behind the heart, into the belly. Maybe finding some gratitude for this morning glory practice. And don't be afraid to romanticize your practice this morning. And given it is the morning and we often have lots to do at the start of our day, I will leave you here. If you'd like to take a Shavasana, I do have other Shavasana videos on my website, or you can just enjoy some quiet time to yourself. But for now, thank you for choosing to practice with me, Jody Scarrow, in Escape Roots Yoga, and I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.